Right. Welcome to integration. Remember when we were learning about differentiation, we had a value and from there we calculated the rate. And the method we used was known as differentiation. What if we have the rate and we want to know the value or the change in value? Then the reverse process, which gives us a value from the rate, is known as integration. So many people define integration as the reverse of differentiation. So that is the definition we will stick with. But before we talk more about that, let's see if you remember the meaning of dx. This means the change in x, and remember that I told you to imagine a box inside which x is closed and the name of the box is d. Now what if x wants to come out? How can we take out x from this box? So to open this box, we have to go to integration. Now how do we write integration? We use an elongated S symbol like this. Don't be scared, it is just an S and S means sum. So integration is nothing but addition. So whenever you see a symbol like this near to a D, then these two symbols can cancel each other out and the result that we have is the value x. So whenever you want to measure the rate, you differentiate, and whenever you want to find the value, you integrate. Okay then, what if we have something like dx square and we put a symbol like this here? D and integration sign are adjacent to each other, so they can cancel out and we get the answer as x square. What if we have 2 dx? What happens now? Now here you can see that the integration sign and the d are not adjacent to each other because we have a 2 in between. Since 2 is a constant, so we can do some magic here and take it out and rewrite this expression as 2 integration sign d and x. Now they are adjacent to each other, cancel them out and you get the answer as 2x. Now one point that I want to make is that many of you are used to seeing a constant value along with the result of integration, but we do not need it in physics and so I am going to ignore it. But it's there, we just don't need it. What if we have x into dx? Once again we try to do the same magic and take out x and bring the integration and the derivative adjacent to each other and then cancel them out to get the answer x square, only to our surprise that this is the wrong answer. What went wrong? The x between the integration sign and d is not a constant, it's a variable. And for variables, we need to use a different formula. So what's the formula for integration? Remember that we talked about how integration is the reverse of differentiation. Let's first see what we did in differentiation and then we will do the exact reverse of that thing to get the formula for integration. So for differentiation we said that if y equal to x to the power n, suppose, then dy by dx equal to n x to the power n minus 1. This was the formula for differentiation, and what we did was first multiply by power, then decrease the power by 1. Now for integration we have to do the exact opposite thing. So we will do it in the reverse order as well, and so our first step will be to increase power by 1, and then in place of multiplying we will divide by the power, divide by new power. So here comes the formula. If y equal to x to the power n, then integration of y dx equals to increase the power by 1, so n becomes n plus 1, and then we divide it by the power, so we get x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. So that is the formula for integration. If we have x to the power n dx integration, then it becomes x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. For example, x dx, so here the power is 1, so the answer becomes x to the power 2 upon 2, because 1 plus 1 equals to 2. If we have x to the power 2 dx, then the answer becomes x to the power 2 plus 1 gives 3 upon 3. Let's try x to the power minus 4 dx, then the answer becomes minus 4 plus 1 gives minus 3 upon minus 3. Now an important point is that this formula is not always valid. Can you imagine a value of n for which this formula will not work? Pause this video and try to think about it. Okay, I hope you thought about the value of n and maybe you figured it out. For n equal to minus 1, this formula does not work. Does not. Why? If you take the value of n to the power minus 1 dx, you will get x to the power 0 upon 0, and division by 0 is not defined. So this formula does not work. So what is the value of x to the power minus 1 dx, also written as 1 upon x dx? We get the answer to be log x. Please remember it. So in this video we talked about the basics of integration. In the next video we will take up some examples and see how to integrate, and then we will look at a special method of integration known as finite integration. See you in the next video.